Welcome to Lesson 4. Today we will continue with the project you created during your last session. In today's class, we will be adding 3 components to our project. The first is a few color options to draw with. The second is the ability to take a picture that will become the background for your canvas. And the last being a slider that changes the size of your paintbrush. Go ahead and open the project from the last class. If you named it what we did, it should be labeled Canvas. Once in the designer view, go into the layout palette and add a horizontal arrangement above the one you added during your last class. Rename the new layout object to top HA and the one you created before to bottom HA. Go into the properties for top HA and change the alignments to center, the height to 5% and width to fill parent. Similarly, go into the properties for bottom HA and ensure that the properties match. Next, drag 3 buttons into top HA. Rename the button 1 to red button, button 2 to green button, and button 3 to blue button. Now change their background colors to red, green, and blue, respectively. Additionally, ensure that the height and width is set to fill parent and the text field is emptied. Once the previous step has been completed, we will shift our focus to bottom HA. Add a second button to bottom HA and rename it camera button. Change the text to picture. Make sure both the buttons and bottom HA have heights and width set to fill parent. Next, we will add a slider from the user interface palette. The max and min values define the maximum and minimum size for your brush. Change these to 20 and 2 respectively. The thumb position is the initial value for your brush. Set it to 10. You can increase the width of the slider and give it a fixed value using percentage. 40% is a good size for the slider. Additionally, you can add a label to your slider defining what it is. You can call your label size and change its font to a smaller size if you want. Lastly, we will open the Media palette and drag the camera objects into our screen. Make a note that the camera object does not appear inside the screen unlike a button. However, it gives us the ability to use the camera on our device. With this, our user interface for Canvas is complete, and we will move on to the Blocks view to add functionality to our new object. Go to the red button components and select the WhenRedButton.click block and drag it into the workspace. Next, using the Canvas components, drag and attach the set drawingCanvas.paintColor block to the .click block and attach the color red to the end from the built-in color functions. Once that has been completed, click the .click block and hit Control Copy to copy your previous code and paste using Control Paste. Similarly, you can duplicate any previous code by right-clicking on that block and selecting Duplicate. It is important to note that depending on the clock you duplicate or copy, all the code attached to it gets duplicated as well. change the red button to green button and blue button, and the colors to green and blue for the duplicated blocks. We will move on to the objects of bottom tray. Select the camera button tab and drag the .click block for it. Now we will go into our camera component and select the call camera1.take picture block and attach it to the camera1.click block. Going back into the camera's component, select the onecamera1.afterPicture block and bring it into the workspace. This block will allow us to use the pictures we just captured through our device's camera and apply an action to it. To set the image we clicked as the background, all you have to do is go into the Canvas tab and select Set Drawing Canvas.Background Image block and attach it to the .After Picture block. You can click on an image icon with the yellow block to access your methods. Methods allow you to interact with your variables. In this case, our variable is the image we just captured. Select the Get Image block and attach it to the .Background Image block. Now, every time you click clear, the canvas will reset to your background image. If, however, you want to change the background to white, just go into Canvas and select the Set Drawing Canvas.Background Image block and attach it to the Drawing Canvas.Clear block, and then add the white color component as your new background image. We have successfully finished tasks 1 and 2 from today's objectives. Moving on to task 3. To change the size of your brush based on the slider, all you have to do is delete the number function in the radius on the Drawing Canvas.Touch block and replace it with the slider1.thumb position block from your slider components. To change the line width using your slider, go into the Canvas components and attach the Set Drawing Canvas.Line Width block to your Drawing Canvas.Drag block. Now add the Slider1.Thumb position block to the end of this code. You can now change the width of your lines. That's it. You have successfully completed all the steps for the Paint Canvas project. You can now add more colors, experiment with all the different functions of the Canvas object, and much more. So go wild and show us what you can create.